All right, Shalom. Shalom. I want to give all praise unto Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Makar and give double honors to the apostle elders, which are apostle elders at Great Millstone, and the brothers that's out here doing the work diligently and pushing forth this truth with all sincerity, honesty, and faith. We're at the time of the end, 2018, the year of prophecy, and truly, as the year winds down, you can definitely see that that title was coined beautifully, man. Because now the year winds down, you're seeing everything that's coming. You're seeing a lot of the prophecies that's been coming to pass, especially Matthew 24, all the earthquakes in diverse places, the famines, the uproars of the people, all these things that are taking place on the four corners of the planet Earth is being set up for what, man? The end, for the kingdom of heaven. All these must come to pass. That's why prophets and elders always push what? Prophecy, man. Always have be occupied in prophecy because you're seeing the fruits of it now. Okay. All right. I wanted to bring out this article. I seen it last week, but I wanted to wait and see if any more information came out, or a little bit more insider information. So this is one of the main things we got to watch for, man. Is this Iran situation, because Iran is mentioned in the scriptures as Persia. So they play a key role in the prophecy of this coming third world war, which is going to include the powers on the earth as you see today, the superpowers, including Russia, China, their allies, and the United States and their allies. But the U.S. allies are going to turn on them through whatever situation that the Lord has set up. So what's happening right now? The place is getting set. The table is getting set for the meal. Okay. So I just wanted to I'll play this quick video. It's CNN. Usually don't deal with CNN, but we'll see what this video. There's a parade going on in this town of Ahvaz near the Iraqi border. The parade marks the beginning of the Iran-Iraq war back on the 22nd of September 1980. So it wasn't a coincidence that they chose this certain parade to target. All right, it's symbology, and there was a prior days before this parade, uh, the the leader of Iran was sending shots at Trump and was pretty much saying that we're gonna do what we want to do, and was calling Trump out his name, man. And you notice Trump didn't really say nothing back to him, which is uncharacteristic. Usually, the man jumps on any kind of mentioning of his name. He'll come so-called be on Twitter or whatever platform that he's on, but he likes to make comments back. So I noticed when I seen it, it was funny that he didn't mention anything back. But then a few days later, I seen this attack. So it was just a little funny how that coincided with each other. Parade, which was being broadcast live on Iranian television, suddenly you hear gunfire. It was a military parade, so there was a fair amount of men with weapons there, but it's not clear if they had any ammunition in those weapons. But what you saw once the sort of panic and pandemonium came to an end was indeed at least 25 people killed, among them apparently civilians and one journalist, more than 60 people wounded. Now, this is the worst attack in Iran in several years. It's been the responsibility for the attack has been claimed by several groups. One of them is the Ahvaz Democratic Popular Front. Now, this is a part of Iran which has a significant Arab minority that for years, with some support from Gulf states, has been pushing and in some cases engaging in violent acts in order to get independence for that part of the country. Also, ISIS has claimed responsibility, although it's not clear if that claim is. See, so these are proxy groups of the United States and its allies. If you study the situation and you know how to read between the lines, you can clearly see that this is a proxy war that's going on in Iran. Okay, so what's happening is you got the United States proxies that are going in there and conducting these attacks, and this is something that we've been taught to watch for. When the United States starts going into Iran the way they're going, what happens first? They'll send proxies, they'll send so-called fall guys to come in there, and then they'll so-called come with the so-called, oh, we got a humanitarian mission. So all these things are leading up to that conflict, which is already prophesied to happen. So this right here is a key moment in this conflict. That's why I sort of wanted to wait and see what came out of it. And the spirit was like, just go ahead and do the video. All right. So I'm just trying to measure it, because this right here is a key moment, because some things are going to take place after this, man. Okay. We're waiting because Russia is going to come to that guard of Iran. It's prophesied to happen. Now, this is the article, and it says, or I can play this video real quick. This is the leader of Iran, and look what he says, man. I'll read it. Undoubtedly, the Islamic Republic of Iran will not ignore this crime. It is absolutely clear for us who did that, what group they are, and with whom they are affiliated. So they clearly know who did the attack. Today, those who repeatedly claim to be supporting human rights on the international level. So Iran had or Israel, the Amalekites, they had a hand in that, what you call the Israelis today, through Mossad and their different proxies in that area, because they're the main opposition to Iran in that region. So they have these little proxy people that they fund with guns and military supplies, man. Because that was a suicide mission. You went. They made sure that they did an attack on a place where those guys would not come back from, man. Should be responsive. All of those small mercenary countries that we see in this region are backed by America. See that? Are backed by America. So Babylon is striking on Iran through proxies. It is Americans who instigate them and provide them with the necessary means. To commit these crimes.
اینا هیچ تأثیری در اراده ملت ما، در راه ما، در مسیر ما نداره. ما در برابر جنایت.
See, I just wanted to prove the point that they know who did it, man. They're not scared to say who did it. All right, this is CNN, and we got to wait on this mark. The mark of the beast got to come, but all these are leading up to how this Third World War is going to crack off, man, at any time. At any time, and we waiting on the things to take place. That's why you got to watch. It says the assailants behind Saturday's attack at Iran's military parade will face deadly and unforgettable revenge in the near future, Iran state media reported Sunday. It cited a statement from Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps that said no efforts would be spared in the hunt for those responsible for the terror attack. The Revolutionary Guard accused Saudi Arabia of supporting the perpetrators of the attack that killed 29 people and wounded 70 others. The casualties include both military personnel and civilian. The state-run Islamic Republic News Agency reported Sunday. ISIS affiliated Amaq News Agency began circulating a video that claimed to show 3 of the 4 assailants accused of carrying out the attack, but none of the men in the video ever said they were working on behalf of ISIS, man. It says CNN cannot verify the authenticity of the video, which Amaq said it obtained. Iran President Hassan Rouhani has blamed foreign mercenaries backed by the United States for the attack. So, hey, man, we're close, man. That's why the year of prophecy is showing itself to be the year of prophecy, man. All right. It is America who supports these little mercenary countries in the region. It is Americans who are provoking them. It is Americans who provided them with their required necessities to perpetrate such crimes. Rouhani said on his official website, the government is ready to counter any actions by the U.S. and the Americans will regret it. Rouhani said it is not immediately clear if this remark refers to the Avaz attack or the U.S. withdrawal from the 2015 Iran nuclear deal. So more tensions and more animosity is going on between these two places, man. That's why you always got to keep your eyes out peeled on the situation. You know, I always like to, through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, to keep track of these things, man, because look, it's gonna happen. It's not gonna come as a thief in the night to us. Why? Because we're watching and we're looking out for the comings of the Lord. All right. This is Isaiah 41:1. Keep silence before me, O isles, and let the people renew their strength. Let them come near and let them speak. Let us come near together to judgment. And that's what you see now, man. Why do you think all the brothers are coming together with the mindset that we in? Because we're in the time of judgment. Pure judgment is getting ready to come on the planet Earth, and it's going to be something that has never been seen before, man. That's why we got to anticipate and get ourselves prepared, man. Spiritually, physically, and the spirit is the main thing you need to worry about, though. All right. It says, verse 2, who raised up the righteous man from the east, called him into his foot, gave the nations before him, and made him ruler over kings. He gave them as the dust of the sword and driven the stubble to his bow. He pursued them and passed safety. Verse 4 says, who have wrought it and done it, calling the generation from the beginning, I the Lord, the first, and with the last I am he. So the Lord is showing you he's calling shots from the beginning of this thing all the way to the end. That's why these people, they don't even know why they're doing the things that they're doing, because what? It's to fulfill the words Yahweh Shema Shai that has set up, man. Okay, this is 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us. So if you listen into these other groups, they tell you, oh, don't go into conspiracies and do this and do that. How would you know about proxies? How would you know what a proxy is? A proxy is you attacking somebody without technically attacking them. You just use somebody else to do your dirty work. That's what in Babylon is. That's the new age form of warfare. It's proxy warfare, because they don't want to have their face on the front of the front line of the battle, so they'll put other guys up there. But their weapons are coming from them, their logistics are coming from them. Any kind of main supplies they need to so-called fulfill the action that wants to be done is coming from the other side. If it wasn't for Babylon, those guys wouldn't have the means and the opportunity to do the attack that they did. So that's showing you everything is leading up into this third world war. And it says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, that we are not ignorant of his devices. And the proxy wars are part of Satan's devices. And what Satan is Esau, Satan, man. Okay, this man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Okay, is the adversary against it in these last days, man. Okay, so let me get a couple more precepts. This is Revelation 16:12. And it says, and the sixth angel poured out his vial upon a great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, and the way of the king of the east might be prepared. And I saw three unclean spirits like frogs coming out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. All right, and we already know who that is, man. Okay, you got the unclean, the so-called Roman Empire, or the Catholic institution, which is the false prophet. Okay, that's pushing Esau's so-called religion throughout the planet Earth. But I wanted to show you a map. That's what I didn't pull up before. Right here, if you see, this is ancient Persia, right? Ancient Persia. This is ancient Iran today. Okay, so that's who you're getting. That's who Persia is today. Is Iran. That's the landmass that Iran is at right now. Is where Persia was at. Okay, I just wanted to point that out so we can get a geographical pinpoint of it. We all know what it is. I mean, we should all know, but it's always good to just take a look to show you how cold these prophecies are, man. All right. Give me a couple more precepts and I'm gonna close on out. This is Isaiah 45 and verse 1. And it says, "Thus saith the Lord to his anointed, to Cyrus, whose right hand I have holden, to subdue nations before him, and I will loose the loins of kings, and I will loose the loins of kings to open before him to levy gates, and the gates shall not be shut." And why I read this to show you that the Lord uses other nations to fulfill his prophecy. Okay, other nations are used to fulfill the goals of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. That's how he's the Most High is the ultimate puppet master. He's controlling these other nations to fulfill the words, and ultimately to what? To get us up out of here, man. These words have to come to pass before the hopeful elect, is delivered up out of this hellhole, man. What you call our bondage and slavery today, which is spread out through the four corners of the planet Earth. It says, and I will go before thee and make the crooked places straight, and I will break in pieces the gates of brass and cut in sunder the bars of iron. So that's showing you the Lord will use these other nations to fulfill that prophecy, just like he's building up Russia. Russia is nothing but a build up. Russia is a proxy in the spirit, man. They're a spiritual proxy. The Lord is using them as a proxy to get the work done, man. Okay, because they're gonna be the ones to launch these missiles off and to burn and to scorch earth, man. Okay, we're getting built up in the spirit while these other nations are getting used physically to complete the words of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. We're coming back to the Lord in spirit, and these other nations are coming or following the words of the Lord carnally, man, which is to fulfill the prophecies that have been set up, just like in the ancient world. Things don't change, man. All right. Now, one more precept, and this is the banger we should all know. This is to fulfill what's going on right now. This is Ezekiel 38 and verse 5, but I'll read 4. And it says, "And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thy armies and horsemen, and all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with buckler and shield, all of them handling swords, Persia, Ethiopia, Libya with them, and all of them with shields and helmet." Okay, so that's what we're waiting on, because Russia's going to be a guard unto Persia. Okay, and that's going to be a fulfillment of that scripture. It's going down, man. Hey, Shalom, Akim. Let me see here. Yeah, they got many proxies, man. Just like the brother just said, there's many proxies the U.S. uses, man. You know, that's Esau's game. He wants to be as far away from the crime as possible. He wants to be able to do the things that he's doing without having the light shine on him, man. That's how he plays it. He's a devil, man. He's a snake. What does a snake do? A snake hides in the bushes, and it waits for the time to strike, man. We're lions. We're not snakes. We're likened unto lions. That's why it says that the righteous shall be bold as a lion, man. A lion hides just to get closer to you, and then he comes up on your ass, man. And same thing as a lion. Esau roams like a lion too, Salakia. But he's more like a snake, man. We're coming in righteousness, and we're creeping up on the scene, man. All right. So we're in that time, and I'm gonna get this. This is Joel 2 and verse 1. It says, "Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh. It is nigh at hand." That's what Jake don't want to listen, man. Jake think they're gonna be able to fucking roll up blunts and commit adultery to the sun burn out, man. You know what I'm saying? Jake don't have a premonition. They don't have a thought of the future that's getting ready to take place according to the scriptures. They don't know that they're gonna have a kingdom. They don't know that they're getting ready to be delivered out of their captivity, man. Jake can't see beyond the front of their nose, man. All right, that's the thing about the hopeful elect. We have a righteous tunnel vision, but we can see the end of this thing. That's what makes you fight, man. If you don't have something in you to make you fight for what's getting ready to take place, don't do it, man. But I'm telling you right now, Iran blames U.S. for military attack. That's a key point, man. That's a key point. The Lord is allowing America to edge closer and closer to its destruction. That's it. The world knows. The world ain't stupid no more. The world ain't asleep as it once was when there was no internet where nobody communicated. The Esau had his hands all over the news. He allowed what could go out. Now we're in the age of technology, man. Like it says in Daniel's, knowledge shall run to and fro. That's the same thing that's putting this man out there on Front Street and his skirt is getting raised up. So, hey, man, hey, I ain't going to, beat it down, man. But, hey, Tawada to Akim for coming by, man. I wanted to give you, Akim, this beautiful news and to keep track on it. I'll show you, brothers, the articles. If you want to, you definitely dive into it. You can see right here, the title of it is Iran blames U.S. and Saudi Arabia for military parade strike. And all I did was go to Google, and if you can see all the videos, look at all these videos, man. They steady blaming U.S. for these attacks 13 hours ago, 21 hours ago, 9 hours ago. Yeah, they're just back to back, man. So it's clearly who did this attack. And, hey, man, this is one step closer for us going home, man. So, hey, be joyful, Akim. Keep faith. And with that, I want to give all praise unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Karkadash, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahushai, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahushai, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahushai, Ba'ashem Karkadash. Shalom, Akim. Lord willing, this is edifying. Shalom.